this isn't the best settings of Halo Infinite. This is just my current settings, what I'm doing. A soon-to-be 31-year-old that's been playing Halo 3, that's been losing some of his hand-eye coordination. So if that applies to you, then this video is for you. What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? My name is Christian and this is Modified Gaming. In today's video, I will be showing you my current controller settings here for the month of March. I have been constantly changing them. I've had to redo this video about 2-3 times now, but I'm finally happy with the settings that I'm going to be using from here on out to try and get better at this game. If you like to see this type of content, please leave a like on this video, subscribe for more Halo Infinite content, and with no further ado, let's get into the show. For the most part, I play on default bumper jumper. It says custom because I changed a couple things which I will go over, but if you are new to Halo or you've never played Halo before, I highly suggest that the first change you make is to change your controller settings to bumper jumper. It's going to help you a lot to win a couple of different gunfights, and I think it's probably the most modular setting that we have in the game, so definitely change it to bumper jumper. I've played with vibration on since Halo 3 and it's been no different, so vibration on. Going through these settings pretty quickly, I play on hold to crouch. If you don't play hold to crouch, then you're probably losing a lot of fights, especially in Halo Infinite. Crouching is key for Halo Infinite strafing, so definitely put that on hold to crouch. Maintain sprint I have on. That's just so it's one less thing I have to worry about. Auto clamber I have off. Some people like to play with it on because it does help you with the jumps, grabbing onto the ledges. I keep it off because I like to have that manual ability on deciding on whether I want to grab onto a ledge or not. Step jump I have on. I can't really explain what step jump does better than ShyWay. His channel is amazing. He goes over movement, jumps, tips and tricks, and he's an HCS caster. I highly recommend you check out his video as well. So I'm going to definitely be leaving that in the description. My look acceleration is set to 3 and my sensitivity is set to 2. I know it's very slow. A lot of you guys are probably going to troll me in the comments, but this is what works for me. The slower setting allows me to control my aim as much as possible. I play a little bit more methodical. I play more methodical, I think, than most players. I'm not always holding forward. I like to stick back, and this sensitivity helps me for that. I didn't change any of the zoom sensitivities. These are all default on 1.0, but you're able to change your scope sensitivity for pretty much every gun that has a scope in this game. So if you were to click on the zoom level, you can go through all the different zoom levels and change them accordingly. Again, I have them all default to 0. I unfortunately do not have the Halo Xbox Series 2 controller. I just have the regular stock one, but this is cool. I play with all 4 paddles. By default, it is A, B, A and X on the left side, B and Y on the right side. You're able to remap the orientation, but I have kept everything default. So unfortunately, I got a really bad controller. Usually these come with like 0 to no drift whatsoever outside of the box. As you can see, I have my center dead zones at 0, as well as my max input threshold to 0. That'll allow for the best movement of the controller. And then to actually diminish the amount of drift that I have on this controller, I have bumped it up to 12 for the left thumbstick and 8 for the right thumbstick. Essentially what drift is the natural fixed position of your controller. If there's natural movement, if there's play in it, it's going to automatically move by itself. So by bumping up the axial dead zone, you want to get it to the highest, or actually to the lowest axial dead zone, that your controller will stop moving. And unfortunately for me, it's at 12 and 8. So I didn't get the warranty on this, so I'm pretty much screwed, but that's what I'm playing with. But for the most part, everything is standard. Like I said, on bumper jumper, left bumper jump, slide, everything is default. The only thing that I have changed, and I think that you should add it to your repertoire, is to add the drop weapon onto one of your D-pads or whichever other button is important for you that's easy accessible. The drop weapon meta is not something that I use often, but when you are facing against higher level people, you want to shoot them, get them weak, and dropping your weapon is actually faster than switching your weapon, so therefore you'll be able to get to your secondary faster to finish off your opponent faster. So this is something that a lot of the pros use. If you watch the HCS, you'll see them drop the weapon a lot, and you get a cool little medal that's called Hold This, so definitely change that. I do want to add a couple of things that I've changed in my other settings that have helped me with my gameplay. One of which is the field of view. I currently play on 100. I just follow what some of my favorite Halo pros do, and they play on 100, so if it works for them, why can't it work for me, right? So a lot of people play on between 90 to 110, so I picked somewhere right in the middle. For UI, I made my enemies pineapple to make them a little bit easier for me to see, and just opposite of the color spectrum, I made my friendly UI lavender. And it's also a little shout out to the Lakers. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. And you know, hopefully the Lakers can one day win a championship again. But lastly, like I was mentioning, the reticle, you're able to make it a little bit thicker so that it pops up more on the screen, and that's right here. The reticle outline opacity, I bumped it all the way up to 1. The reticle outline thickness to 2, and that increases your reticle so it makes it easier to see on screen. Other than that, I turned down all the sensory to, you know, get rid of all the BS that you don't really need on the screen. Reduce the blur, screen shake exposure, full screen effects, speed lines, turned all that off just to help with your aim. But other than that, that's my controller settings. Like I said, I play on the paddles, so all the A through A, B, X, and Y buttons are mapped to my paddles just to make it a little bit easier. I very rarely have to lift my thumb off of my aim stick. And currently, I'm Platinum 2 after the rank reset. I was Diamond 3, almost Diamond 4. On the road to Onyx. So if you'd like to see me and my progression, then definitely subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading gameplay content, news content, and I have a podcast in the work as well. So if any of those 3 types of content interest you, then Modified Gaming is the place to be. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. Again, my name is Christian, this is Modified Gaming, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Hey, that's a video, my guy.